And welcome aboard here to Tallahassee TSC Live. Coming to you here on the YouTube. That is here. Andrew Dupe alongside Ben Grubbs. An exciting match day fixture. It's been quite some time, but it is once again a league match between your Tallahassee Soccer Club and the visitors from AFC Mobile. So, of course, if you are joining us here for the first time, welcome aboard. Thank you for coming with us. Good to see our friends AFC Mobile back in the mix here for lower league soccer. And last time we played, it was a preseason match, but this time it's the real deal. It will be a conference match. So, Ben, that having been said, stakes are high because both of these teams still have a lot of games in hand off the vast majority of the table. But, Ben, what do you think about the atmosphere out here tonight? Little Sunday affair.
A little Sunday night prime time action for you. The lights are on. This is going to be a big-time showdown tonight.
Absolutely, that it shall be. So you look at the metrics here for some old rivals, but we got the national anthem really to get going here. So we want to have that opportunity to have our local performers given the respect here as we get ready for this, as we're coming up shortly. So I did not want to get into our full little pregame there. But starting out here today, Tallahassee dealing with a little adversity, Ben, by way of the injury and the accumulation bug. So a little bit of a different showcase of personnel that we'll have here tonight. But it should be an interesting affair going against their old pals from AFC Mobile.
Yeah, it certainly should be. It'll be a good test, but this team has put up some good goal tallies so far this year, so I'm confident they can get it figured out tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll hope to continue the magic. And here is our national anthem, courtesy of Ella Lehman.
Here to sing tonight's anthem, please welcome Ella Lehman.
And there you go. Fantastically done, Ella. So, as we get it going here, of course, local community, not just soccer here for you today, Ben. Some fantastic performances out there. So, let's take a look and do a little table talk. So, of course, we referenced it here. Currently, this is 4 points as a whole. We like to talk points per match, but, of course, this is ordered based on raw points. So coming into here, Tallahassee is third versus raw points. Of course, though they are first overall on points per match. And then AFC Mobile, regardless of the metric, they're coming in at 8th here. But also want to keep in mind we've got a divisional split, so it's a West versus East. We're going to take the top 2 teams from each side, and those are going to be pinned against each other. So right now, Tallahassee holding strong, using that points per match as we're projecting here as they would if there were uneven games. That we're keeping in mind. Of course, so you'd be looking at GAFA hosting Pensacola, Tallahassee hosting Union 10 would be your current playoff picture if things were to go down today. So, of course, playoffs quite a long way away, so no assumptions. And, of course, we should get a nice test here from the visitors. Tallahassee starting in a 4-4-2. Out of the back, it's going to be Dylan Hunter, Jacob Santiago, Bennett Mitchell, and Aaron Sinhar. In the midfield, Danny Chetri, Joe Warren, Connor Perry, and Brandon Gui. Up top, you've got Braden Paul, the Wakulla Wonderkind, and, of course, Mirai Sato. And in between the pipes, Julian Marcos, going to be your 11 here for TSC 4-4-2, like we said. Ben, we got a little 4-5-1 classic Mobile. Getting the old bus out here as they like to do, get defensive numbers forward, and then try to spring out. Who are our starters here for AFC Mobile?
Yeah, sure. We got Patrick Davis in goal, followed by Salia Carr on the back line, number 2. Davis is number 0. Number 4 along the back line, David Mollis. Number 7 also along the back line, Tristan Cohen. In the midfield is number 9, Ryan Amison. At forward up top, number 10, Salman Almondil. Also on the back line, number 13, Esbar Njandagazi. In the midfield, number 15, Daniel Say. Also in midfield, we've got Suzu Bienvenu, Mobile's lone goal scorer so far this year, so he's one to watch out for. And then joining them in the midfield, we have number 22, Talon Galvin, and number 27, Moses Angulo. And we are off and away.
There we go. Braden Paul getting us started here. Tallahassee in the all-white kits here today, going left to right, which is north to south geographically. And then, of course, on the inverse, AFC Mobile going from right to left on your screen here in the gray tops and black bottoms. Keeper in emerald green here for AFC Mobile. And, of course, for Tallahassee, our boy Marcos in all purple. Looking very regal back there. Currently 30 yards from goal.
Yeah, that was a sharp-looking purple.
Yeah, man. It's a nice, that's a Tallahassee alternate color here. Long service from the visiting keeper, Davis. Hopefully we keep him busy today. And a quick foul there, Aaron Sinhar. And, oh, man, the ref laid down the law here. Sinhar, the Thomas University man, already in the book. And it took us 54 seconds, Ben. Yellow card, which has been an issue here for Tallahassee, missing a couple players because of accumulation rules. And the League for Clubs likes to keep it nice and tight as far as infractions go. They don't want you playing around.
Yeah, just 2 yellow cards can lead to keeping you out of the next game. So Tallahassee's got to be careful, not just for this game, but for the future.
Service, they want to go at goal. Marcos not going to be threatened by that one. And it'll be out for a Tallahassee goal kick.
You know, you look at the 4-5-1 the Mobile start with, but at least on this goal kick, they are pressing quite high.
Service from the back here. Hunter, the Chico State man, looking for Sato. Dropped on off to Chetri as Tallahassee will look around. So, like we said, running the 4-4-2. Been a minute. I think at least since they started in a 4-4-2, Ben, it was back in the, at least since the 2023 campaign. Really did not see any of that at all. They were almost exclusively 3-5-2. But, of course, we shall see how things develop. Targeted here for Connor Perry over on the near side. Throw in quickly. Sinhar in defense. Once again, working on that yellow. Had a fantastic game. Of course, for those of you who've been watching the home sides here, fantastic game over at Leon High School versus Sowegans. Of course, we had the wrong roster, so we were calling him Santiago. So apologies to Aaron Sinhar and the Sinhar fan club. We will make sure to give him some love as he's been getting after it here this season for Tallahassee after playing just one match last year. Here comes Tallahassee. Counter opportunity. Sato with pursuit from behind. Service on at the Chetri. Have Perry on the back. He's checking his offside line. Physical defending there by Carr. AFC Mobile poke it free. Sato tries to backheel to keep this one in, and Mobile will dispel the danger. But we got a free kick, it looks like. Offside flag was up. Looks like they had Chetri over on the far side.
Yeah, but a good quick attack from Tallahassee, something you like to see early on against an opponent that, at least from their initial formation, looks to be bunkering in.
Absolutely. Good crowd coming out here tonight for Tallahassee. Always late arriving crowd, but solid fill up of the stadium so far today. Of course, the beautiful Gene Cox here. Sato, great bring down. And they won an infraction. Oh, last defender, and here's the red. Straight red for AFC Mobile. And we just referenced Carr, and Carr is gone. Red card on AFC Mobile, last defender. And I don't think conference with the referee is going to help much here, Ben.
Yeah, I think the Mobile players are trying to argue that there was a covering defender, but the referee obviously saw it very differently, and now he's getting booked for dissent. Got to be careful.
So we have a straight red out and a yellow for dissent. You've got a lot of action after Sinhar gets in the book here at the 54 seconds. So a wild early ride here, and it feels like the Tallahassee and AFC Mobile game is right on pace for some old rivals.
Yeah, if Mobile wasn't bunkering in before, they certainly are now, down to 10 men.
Mm-hmm. So it'd be interesting to see where they play.
Coach still trying to plead the case for his ejected player.
And here's Gui on top of it. He's a dangerous attacking force. Chips back post, looking for Sato, wide open. Oh, and the deflection off Hunter, can't get it to go in. And so we'll stay at zeros here for the time being.
Ooh, Hunter's going to be seeing that one in his nightmares tonight. Wide open goal, just couldn't get his foot in the right position.
Yep. So that one goes off here as this one slides through. Headed on out to Marcos. Back to Hunter. Swinging around the horn here. Bennett Mitchell, of course, sliding into a little defensive role. Not something that we've seen much of his Battle Lion tenure. An aggressive take out of the back here for the defensive Mobile wall, which will have an increasingly difficult task here tonight after the straight red just a moment ago.
Yeah, and at least initially Mobile was staying just in a 4-4-1. We'll see if they make any changes as the half and game progress.
Long ball over the top here. Nobody home for Mobile. And we have a correction. Sorry, it was number 4, David Malice with the straight red. Number 4, David Malice. Salia Carr, number 2. Unfortunately, we got him wrong. So apologies. Salia Carr still in the match. So AFC down to 10. And it looks like they've taken it off the back line. So it looks like a 3-5-1 that they're kind of going with here now. Of course, there will be an ebb and a flow, and they're going to try to press when they have opportunities. As you see, Almadil going after it right now, and the win himself Mobile throw-in. Here, minute number 7. So how about it, Ben? A wild 5.5 minutes, I'd say, to start. Cooled down a little bit in the last 90 seconds.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure exactly when the yellow card for dissent came out. It may have been at the 4-minute mark, but I think at one point we had a card per minute in this game.
Yeah, we were on a rapid pace. That is not sustainable.
Yeah, would you get to 22 minutes before the game's over?
Yeah, something like that. This one threads through. Mobile with a nice little build-up. Try to thread this one. Marcos going to have to go ahead and grab this one off the turf. The Mount St. Mary's man slings it near side. Here to Sinhar. Santiago and Hunter. So it's going to be Sinhar on the right. Santiago left center. Excuse me, right center.
Impressive how high up Mobile is still playing.
Mm-hmm. I think they know that's going to be aggressive Going to need to try to steal one against this Tallahassee squad. Intercepted by Emerson. Tried to thread it through. Marcos outside the box. Slides. Contact. He got the ball. Also got a cleat to the back. And we have a stoppage here with the player from each squad down here.
That is
a frenetic game so far.
That is some seriously brave goalkeeping there. Just remarkable stuff there by Marcos. Out of the box, can't use your hands, coming in, sliding tackle, way to win the ball. It really shows. Certainly hope he's okay. It's not looking good.
Yeah, also holding the shoulder there. Went down awkwardly with the slide, then got a cleat to the back. That does not help the cause here, but Marcos is a warrior.
So far, no one warming up. Nope, our reserve goalkeeper is just started to go warm up just to be safe. Hopefully Marcos is okay to continue, and looks like he is.
I believe that's Yusuf warming up. Martin Yusuf, one of the local favorites here for Tallahassee. Homegrown, as it were. Resuming as we'll get the live ball here from outside the back. Cycled around, dropped. Hunter wants to go direct, looking for Chetri. Flag stays down. He's on with it, beats his defender, cuts back against the grain, hounded by Carr, gets it to Sato. Nice little bit of individual class, a little behind the back, but it's taken away from Mobile, and they've got an opportunity with the through ball to counter, but it's going to be cut out here by Hunter.
And it looks like this left channel is going to be very favored by TSC. That's now the second or third time they've already gone to it less than 10 minutes in.
Yeah, and I think as far as your personnel you think about, that's more of a midfielder type role. Mitchell's going to want to launch forward, of course, the natural midfielder. And then also, Chetri's just a speed demon here. So I think naturally that lends itself to going through. Good battle off here by Connor Perry. The Welshman trying to swerve through traffic and out of play, will be out for a TSC corner kick. I know that AFC Mobile came out with a defensive formation. Typically, some people have kind of dogged Mobile for being a little too defensive, but that does not seem to be the case here in the early going. Definitely offensive and looking to spring into it. Of course, just getting numbers behind the ball. So here's Chetri, the lefty, looking for service. The Crofton, Maryland native, going back post, looking for Warren. Oh, Sinhar gets on the end of it, puts it on target. And it's going to require the service of Davis.
Yeah, well set up there by Tallahassee. It worked out pretty much exactly how they want a goalkeeper, just in a good position.
And they're going to resume this one as it gets rolled out. Nice little bit of class down the sideline. This one's going to stay in play. Amadil on the end of it. Nobody in the box. Late runners coming. Hunter up to the task, but it's going to be a Mobile corner kick here in the 12th minute.
Yeah, that was a good run down there by Almondale, excuse me. Just didn't have any runners in the box to pass it to, but made the best of a bad situation and won a corner.
So right-footed outswinger on the way here from Mobile. And this would be interesting. I'm surprised they don't have more numbers forward. This is an opportunity for them with 10 men to try to steal an opportunity. I know it's early, but still you got to take your chances when you can. Left-footed, swerving, towering effort out of play for Mobile. I believe that was Daniel Saee on the attempt there.
It was indeed. Yeah, an ambitious effort. Very, very unlikely to come out, but we'll give him points for the attempt. Would have been quite a spectacular goal if it had gone in.
Play this one short. Let the defense build up here. On out to Mitchell, the former Leon Lion. Of course, you can see the red line on that 50-yard line once we pass through midfield.
For those who watched our game against the Wiegans, they'd be quite familiar with it.
There you go. Of course, yeah, played on campus for Leon. I believe that was the first time that they did not play at the Gene since that inaugural season.
Yeah, out on the IM fields.
Yeah, absolutely, on the campus at FSU down there in College Town. Scooped up with the secondary ball, tried to thread it through traffic. There was Braden Paul. Haven't heard much from the Bacola Wonder Kid today. Had that magical Pensacola goal, which was the difference with a little back heel. That was the only goal scored in that Pensacola-Tallahassee game, which went 85+ without a goal.
Yeah, it was a really spectacular goal, well-timed run, and, man, just absolutely put the defender, just took his feet out from under him with the cutback, and quite a score to win a game against a tough opponent.
Yeah, and that was the first time ever defeating Pensacola on the road. Of course, it had a history of tying. I believe the previous 5 matches in the Wave fixtures were all ties. They did it any way you can, just about. 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 0-0. Over the last couple years, been wild. My favorite one was the 2021 season, where they came back from 2 down after the 75th minute. They were down 3-1, secured it for a 3-3 tie on the road.
Yeah, I'd agree. That was probably the highlight tie. Not many times you can say a highlight tie, but we got one.
Indeed. Advancing play here from Mobile up at the top line. Physical challenge from Warren is going to be called back, so it will be called tight tonight. That has been made very clear. 4th minute red card, a 1st minute yellow card, and a 6th minute yellow card. Both teams getting in the book early. And Mobile getting in there pretty often, it seems. Marcos will put this one on the ground as we're minute 15. Which will put us 1/6 of the way home here. Still scoreless. Just when threads through, takeaway here for Mobile. Bienvenue with a little bit of class. Poke free here by Braden Paul. And so it'd be out for AFC throwing over there on that far side. And here you go. Mobile getting the numbers forward 40 yards from goal as they're on the fringe of that attacking third.
Yeah, they're still pushing. You can't see it on the – well, now you can see it on the camera. They've got their center backs beyond midway.
Definitely an aggressive nature to him. Throw in from the far side. And Jandagizi on the throw for Mobile. Paul trying to weave through traffic. Needs some help. Secondary ball is going to fall to Sinhar. He's in perfect position trying to lead the break. Has Perry wide. And the Thomas University teammates trying to link up there, but a little disconnect. And this one go out and play to Mobile.
Yeah, it was a good break forward. Just couldn't, one guy went a little too far forward than what he was expecting.
Drop back here to Hunter. Tallahassee at times, honestly, has looked a little disconnected here. These are a lot of players we had to mix and match. A lot of injuries and card problems that we're dealing with right now. So patching together a lineup that really does not have a lot of experience playing together in a lot of areas. Long ball over the top. Offside flag is up. And Almadel looks like he's going to be pressing that back line. He's been a busy man so far the first 17 minutes.
And on that last Tallahassee attack, the crowd was asking for a handball, but the referee's call was that ball to hand and hand against the body.
This one's dropped off from Sinhar back to Santiago. Sinhar with time, couple streaking runs diagonally. Sinhar's going to take some space. Sato, quick quarters here with Warren. Overlapping run to Perry. Looking for some service. He's got Chetri on the back, making a diagonal run. Offside flag stays down. Chetri on the ground, back to Paul. One times it here. Everybody got to get back on side. Mitchell with a little step over, going to have to switch, and Warren will dump it back here to the back line. Tallahassee's going to have to reset.
Good little spell of possession here. Hopefully, well, as I say that, they give it away.
Way to go, Ben. Jinxed us right there. Through ball. Emadel's on. This is a hairy scenario. Tallahassee is stretched. Great pursuit. The speedy Hunter able to track back and make the turnabout and dump it out of play. So danger not dispelled. Oh, it actually is. Surprised. Deflected off of Mobile, so they're going to say Tallahassee throw.
And that was a good recovery by Hunter. He didn't realize that his other defender was further on behind him, thought it was offsides, had to kind of make a recovery run, but had the speed and discipline to cover that and get a Tallahassee throw.
This one's headed back here to Carr. Playing that right center back for Mobile. as they're working that right side pretty hard so far today.
Yeah, everything's happening on that far side of the field so far. Ooh. Corner.
Both teams looking for an infraction there.
The Mobile coach is gesturing with his hands over to the incident of the red card, wondering why a similar call was not made, but I think those were distinct.
Yeah, of course, they got to be careful about that because, you know, that is one of the new FIFA guidelines is the signaling of card is a potential infraction for receiving a card. So back post going. This one's too tall here for Mobile. Fall into the secondary runs. That's Saeed, and he'll try to dump it back in play, but it'll be over the end line for a Tallahassee goal kick.
And just a quick look down at the crowd. Looks like those purple goalkeeper jerseys are quite popular.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the alternate jersey here. Of course, a fan favorite.
Probably a lot
for
of
some.
I was going to say probably a lot of Orlando City fan crossover here. Some people want to rock the purple another way.
Yeah, true. Nice through ball here to Perry. He's got Sato in the middle. Chetri on the back. Keeper's going to have to come up to it. Davis up to the task here for Mobile.
Great interplay there. Good combinations of passing. Way to set up the run. Just the final ball was a little too far out in front, and the keeper was able to get to it.
Absolutely. So this one will be controlled here by Davis. And a reminder that tonight's action for those in the Tallahassee area is being simulcast on 93.3 Real Talk Radio. So Andrew Jupe, Ben Grubbs, James Ward bringing you the action here today. So if you're tuned with this on the radio, howdy, hello, good evening. Tallahassee in a dogfight with an old foe from Mobile, Alabama. Step in here by Galvin. It's going to be an overlapping run. Saeed service into the box. It's dispelled well by Tallahassee's Jacob Santiago. Little counter opportunity. Gui overlapping run. Nice play here from Chetri. Break is on. He's got Sato and Perry coming to help. Short ball. Take on back post. And the Mount St. Mary's man almost tucked that one in, but it'll be out for a goal kick here for AFC Mobile.
Yeah, another good passing combination and really exceptional because of the speed with which it occurred. Great run there by Chetri. Just couldn't get the bend on it towards that far corner.
Woof. Going after it. Speedy assault there from Tallahassee. Gave themselves a good opportunity. But the longer this stays zeros, the longer Tallahassee's going to get a little nervy. You know, on paper, Mobile definitely the underdog here tonight. But just like the old adage, Ben, that's why they play the game.
Absolutely, and I think what's key for Tallahassee and for Mobile as well is that if Tallahassee gets a goal here, because right now Mobile's kind of got a little momentum. They've been able to weather the storm. But if Tallahassee can get a goal, the floodgates may open.
Hoping that's the case, of course. Service through, going to get Almadel on the turf. And a heavy touch is going to go out for a Tallahassee throw on that far side. Mitchell's going to get us resumed. The Chico State man, Hunter, swung around here to Santiago. On to Perry, who's tracking back. Looking for some service. He's got Gui on this wing. It'll be out for an AFC throw. Or excuse me, a Tallahassee throw. Quickly taken. Here's Braden Paul. Touches it down. Nice little turnabout by Sinhar. And it'll be out. Looks like once again here to go to Tallahassee.
That was some neat little skill.
Yeah. I think we got him on camera there, man. Coach knows. Coach knows from Mobile.
That'll make the postseason highlight reel.
Yeah, getting a little juggle there. He said, I'm on local radio. Hold up now. Chetri on the advancing tag for Sato. One-on-one with the keeper. Slide by Mobile's man with the mitts, and Davis comes up with it. Really solid save there from Davis, and he's been tested early a couple times. Up to the task here. So far to minute 23.
Yeah, perfect run, perfect pass. Just the goalkeeper read it well.
Long ball's going to be out for Tallahassee. Quickly taken. Mitchell to Chetri. On over to Hunter. Sinhar now over here on the near side. Getting into the attacking half. Into the attacking third now. Poked free here by Mobile. They're looking to counter. Great slide by Warren, excuse me. He's able to, we thought, keep it in, but the slide took him out of play, but great, if nothing else, to cut off the counterattack here by AFC Mobile.
I thought he kept it in, but the referee's a little closer, so I guess I'll defer my opinion.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of an alter perspective here over the top. But whole ball's got to go over. Warren playing direct, towers it up. It's going to stay in place. Sato and Perry both in the area. Oh, heavy touch from the Welshman, and this one will be over the line for a Mobile goal kick.
Yeah, that's a tough ball to control coming over your shoulder at top speed. Perry really took the Mobile defenders by surprise there. They were not expecting him to get to that.
Yeah, he's got some burners on him, man. Of course, Sato, how about the good joint attacking prowess there? Sato does a little pick play of sorts to shield the other defender to allow Perry a running avenue to try to catch up to that one. Absolutely. So goal kick coming from Mobile. 24th minute, 0-0. Our scoreline here in the League for Clubs action this evening. The only Gulf Coast Conference game going on tonight. Had 3 yesterday, which we can update you on those scores. You can see down in the ticker. Of course, for our radio audience, you cannot see those, but we'll look to update you here shortly of tonight's broadcast, brought to you by Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. Of course, locations in the Tallahassee area. Blue Coast help work for you in a number of different financial avenues. Hit them up, bcfcu.com. Sinhar coming near side around midfield, circles back to Warren, who's fallen deep out of the midfield. As this is kind of a ebbing, morphing formation here. Long ball attempted by Bennett Mitchell. Picked up by Gui calmly. Back to Hunter. Got to get everybody on sides before we play the long ball. Getting organized. High line once again from Mobile, Ben.
Yeah, they're living dangerously. Give them credit.
Tried to get the through ball there. Sinhar looking for Warren. Physical contact there as the Mobile player tumbles to the turf 45 yards from goal. That's Moses Angulo.
Yeah, and that was prior to that, there was a good little setup there. You saw Sato dropping in. Defenders are confused, not sure who to track with the center forward down. But then with that run, it kind of created some space from Tallahassee before it was cut out. As, hopefully Angulo's okay. Looks like maybe a cramp.
Stretching out as ref comes over here. Of course, the ref's in pink today. Pink and black. He's going to walk it off. Here is Angulo.
Good to see. Looks like he'll be able to continue.
So it'll be a free kick for Mobile. Once again, 45 yards from goal. Widthwise on the football field, it's out by the numbers, which is not quite to the corner of the 18. Going long ball here for Amadel, and it's going to be flicked on for a Tallahassee goal kick out of play. So Marcos back on the scene. Of course, not noticing anything from what we can see physically if Marcos was affected from that challenge, that collision that he went into.
Yeah, it hasn't really been forced into any big saves or dives or anything of that nature. So at least, you know, from what we've seen so far, like you said, looks fine. But if Mobile gets another shot off, we'll get a true test of how he's doing.
Heavy challenge here. Perry and Cohen colliding for Tallahassee and Mobile. Chip over the top. Connor Perry's loose. Going down towards the end line. Slide. Oh, flash a little studs there. They say corner kick. And it looks like Perry got it right on that right ankle. Sliding. Heavy challenge there from Carr on the near side.
Yeah, that was a brave challenge from Carr. He's on a yellow card. So that was a bit of a risky one down in the corner.
So Perry still down here. So we get some supervision going from here. And want to remind you here we're on a local radio here, 93.3 Real Talk Radio. And, of course, just want to remind you and issue the trigger warning here for those that may be of the Mobile variety. This is a hometown broadcast, of course, organized and produced here by your Tallahassee Battle Lion franchise. And so we will give respect to AFC Mobile, but of course, like you would see at the collegiate level, maybe your favorite team is in the College World Series Regional. You know, you have your teams and they send those broadcast teams there. They would be that hometown broadcast. Similar feel here that we have going this evening as Perry still down over here on this right side, as you can see by the corner.
Coach Joel doesn't seem to like an explanation from the referee about something. Some gesticulating going on. Probably didn't like the violence of the challenge. The Mobile coach probably has a different opinion on the challenge. Probably likes the physicality of it.
There you go. As Perry's going to limp up here, but he's going to drop back in defense. Battle Lions loading the box. 6 in there, and then you have Braden Paul threatening at the top of the 18. Perry and Mitchell going to be safety, free safety here.
Last corner went to the back post. Let's see if TSC repeats that.
Mm-hmm. Marco's coming up to see what's up with Perry here. Of course, the lefty getting ready for an in-swinger over here on the near side. 30th minute of action. We're a third of the way home here from Tallahassee. Resume Chetry going back post. Mobile first to the scene. Clearance about 5 yards out. Dead in the middle of the goal. Had to win it. Did Mobile.
Yeah, that went into a really dangerous area. Just unfortunately couldn't get any players there.
I think it was Galvin. Talon Galvin with the clearance here for Mobile. So be a throw in for the visitors over on the far side. We trying to bring it down. Almadel tracking back to it, and now Mobile a chance to break out. Drops it back here to Sayi. Outside to the far side. They're on the fringe of the attacking third, getting into Tallahassee territory deep. Braden Paul in pursuit. Also in the area is Sinhar. Tried to come back, split the double team, but Tallahassee able to emerge with the ball. Chetry now looking to counter for Tallahassee. Sato on the ball. Will turn it back to Warren. Warren, long ball service into Mobile half. It's going to be dug out well by Angulo. Secondary ball, a little spring-loaded action there between Gui and the AFC player. Sato emerges with it. Back and forth. Every ball here in the midfield being contested. Tried to thread it through, overlapping. Now Warren will take it away. A little step over, and he'll try to have Tallahassee regroup.
Catch your breath, everybody.
Drops it back here to the defensive line. Santiago and Hunter. Try to compose. Switch on back to Warren. And it looks like Bennett Mitchell's flipped over here on the right side. They've really changed personnel around. As Perry now into the box on this far side. Centering ball looking for Sato. Initially cleared here by Mobile, but it's going to stay inside the box. Mitchell tries to flick it back towards the center, but AFC Mobile will clear. And it'll get all the way about 50 yards from goal. Hunter tries to head it back into the blender of the Tallahassee attack, but Mobile will control and pass it back to the defensive line.
And full credit to Mobile in this game. They are down to 10 men, but you would not know it by how they're playing.
Yeah, it is very true. Very true. Credit to the visitors. Giving it a go. Of course, this is only match day 3 for Mobile. They've got the least matches played here in the league. So, you know, you see the tie, you see the loss on the record book, you watch a little bit of film here, but you still really, until you get to the middle of the season, you don't know who these teams are. And I think Mobile more impressive than what you see on paper or what you've seen previously here this season. So I say compliments to the visitors. And to your point, Ben, especially with 10 man down. Physical challenge involving Bennett Mitchell here, as well as Galvin from Mobile. It'll be a free kick on the near sideline, 35 yards from goal.
We talked earlier, you know, how is Marcos going to deal with that injury on that header? Looks just fine.
Indeed. This one's dumped out of play. Last touch by Angulo. Braden Paul in the area for Tallahassee. Throw in on the fringe of the attacking third here for your Battle Lions. Threads it through. Paul on the ground trying to split the double team. Gets to the top of the box. Right-footed rip by the Wakulla native. searching for that back post, but deflected harshly off a AFC Mobile body, so to be out for a Tallahassee corner on the far side.
I think that one caught Carr right in the head.
Woo! He's had a busy first half. Short ball. Chetry going to take it. Paul, little 1-2. Chetry service with the right foot. Looking back post for Santiago. Closest one in the area. A little too strong here in minute 34. Out for a Mobile goal kick.
Yeah, good idea there to take the short corner, switch it up on Mobile so they don't know what to expect. Just overcooked the cross in.
Mm-hmm. So goal kick coming out here for Mobile. Patrick Davis, the keeper, number 0. Would you say an emerald? It's more of a bluish green keeper jersey.
Yeah, it's like a dark aqua.
Dark aqua. That's a good visualization.
Marine. Go with marine.
A dark marine. This went back and forth with the midfield, exchanging headers for both teams. And now Santiago trying to make a challenge with it, but taken away here from Mobile. Quick, close control. And Amison with it here for Mobile. Now on it is Galvin trying to weave through traffic. Takes on 3 Tallahassee players. The third one gets him in Santiago. Slide, but it goes back to Mobile. Bienvenu now on a little bit of a launched opportunity forward. A little hand play from both parties there. As Santiago was there defensively, but ref says no harm, no foul. Bienvenu wanted a little call there.
Yeah, his argument was that he was pulled back. The referee disagreed.
So Sinhar now on the left-hand side of the defense. Threads it through on the ground to Paul. Overlapping run from Chetry. He holds. Flag stays down. This one will go into the box. Mobile in position to shield and turn. And Carr with a little extracurricular. A nice little twirl there.
A little theatrical.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, that's the gamesmanship, man. With these accumulations, they try to take it any way they can get.
Fair enough.
He knows the refs are quick to the card, so he's playing the game that has been dictated. So whether you like that or not, that has been the edict. That has the tone that has been set. Sato tried to one-time it here to Perry. Warren trying to collect this one. Amadel squared off here from Santiago to Bennett Mitchell. Looking for Connor Perry right around midfield. Mobile able to keep it in. Nice little bit of control by Cohen. He's got a launch attack. It's now 3-on-5 if Mobile wants to run with it. 7-on-7 as Mitchell comes back to challenge Cohen. Now twirling inside the box. Last touch by Mobile will be a little too strong. And it'll be a goal kick here for Tallahassee. But a nice little bit of control, just kind of chipping it up to himself in the air. A little juggling down this near sideline for Mobile.
Yeah, that was really, really good skill there by Cohen. Just didn't have the runners in the box that he was looking for.
And we back on the drive here, 35 yards from goal. Circle around, squared off here to Warren. On to Perry. Chetry coming into the area. He comes across the field. Gui service. Looking for Sinhar on the back. It's going to be cut out by the Mobile defensive line. Chipped on over the top. Hunter will look to settle and control here. Now Mobile, with their shape and their aggressiveness, they're playing to that here tonight. Centering ball, one out by Carr. Paul takes the throw in quickly back to Sinhar, looking for some service, 30 yards from goal. Now dribbling up to the corner of the 18, quick movement, shot on goal, but it's going to twist just wide of the post. That was Connor Perry, the Welshman, on the attempt.
Love the little back heel, little flick to set it up. But, yeah, good run. Just, you got the goalkeeper coming at you. It's tough to judge from that angle and pushed it just wide, trying to keep it away from the goalkeeper.
Well, this is a good, better movement, better flow here from Tallahassee. I think the personnel changes, you see a little more familiarity with these pockets amongst the field that you have here and a little bit more comfortability. And I think the last couple minutes for Tallahassee, since we've flipped a couple players from far side to near side, sliding Warren in, a little more of a defensive pocket. I think you've seen better movement here from Tallahassee.
Oh, absolutely.
Switch to Mitchell here near side. All 3 attacking players on the defensive line. Long ball looking for Paul. And able to squeak through. Tries to put it back on his left foot. Sprawling effort from Mobile. Drops off. Chetry shot attempt. The keeper touches it, but it's still off the post. And it's a TSC goal! advantage. Chetri, number 11 in the 38th minute, gives your Battle Lions the 1-0 advantage.
Yeah, I was a little concerned at first. I was wondering, why aren't you tapping that home first time? Why are you holding it up? But it wound up working out. Good attempt by the goalkeeper there, Davis. But, Chetri's shot was too powerful and too accurate.
There you go. You got to trust the Wakulla Wonderkin when he's in the box. Ben, it's been fruitful here. Had the game-winning goal against Pensacola last week. Now with the assist to get Tallahassee rolling. And your Battle Lions now with the advantage here. Once again, Mobile playing with 10 men. So something to keep an eye of. They have been fighting proficiently. Be interesting to see how that turns as we get down the backstretch, 70 plus, when it starts to wear on you, and where the score line is as well at that point. I think will go a large factor, but very competitive game. Both sides presenting some opportunities. Chetri looking to get after again on the far side. In the defending half, Mobile takes it away, now dribbling on that far side. Bienvenue now into the attacking third for AFC Mobile, and they will have a throw-in over at the far side about 40 yards from goal.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, I was wondering, if Mobile were to concede, it's very mentally difficult to defend with 10 men. Well, that'll help Mobile out. But yeah, when you're defending with 10 men, it's tough. You got that dogged mentality, and then you give one away. A lot of teams that could lead them to collapse, but you see Mobile, they seem to have the mental strength about them. They're on the attack.
They're going for it. And they weathered the storm. I know they have a lot of returning players from last year. Really tough season when they were in the Gulf Coast Premier League. A lot of tough results, but they ended up with a massive result at the end of the season. And I think it speaks a large part to the resolve that this franchise has, and a lot of those players coming back with the squad here for the 25 campaign. This one cleared out initially, but it's going to give Mobile another opportunity. Left-footed rip at the top of the box. That was Njadagizi there. And this one's going to be locked in still by Mobile. Circling back, here is Sato. Njadagizi, the battle there. It's going to be poked free here by Connor Perry. Pursuit coming as Mobile trying to get back. Chetri over here on the near side into the corner of the box. Now trying to put it back on his favorite left foot. Defender digs it out back to Mobile. Bennett Mitchell, 20 yards from goal, back on the ball. Connor Perry dropping it on out, 30 yards from goal in the center of the field. Brandon Paul takes another rip, and it'll go just wide. But Davis, the goalkeeper, did get a touch to it. It'll be out for a Tallahassee corner kick here in the 41st minute.
Yeah, good build-up there, play there by Tallahassee. You lose the initial ball when Chetri gets dispossessed, but way to stick with it and get that shot on goal. And, yeah, great save from the keeper. Now it's a corner.
So it's going to be a lefty in-swinger here from Chetri, the Mount St. Mary's man. 7 Battle Lions in the box. Little 1-2 once again as they go short with Paul. Looking for back post. Joe Warren gets on the header, and the Englishman skips it over top of the bar. Couldn't get on top of that one. The big man, just a little too short for that one.
Yeah, the goal was gaping wide open. The goalkeeper was stuck near post. Ball's just a little too high for him.
Yep. So to go out for a Mobile corner here. 42nd minute of action. Of course, the prescribed 45 here in the first half. I assume we'll get a couple minutes of stoppage time.
Yeah, I think there was at least 1 minute spent arguing.
Yeah, a couple injuries too. So injuries for both teams, both players down. Almadil, full stretch effort as Hunter wants to backtrack of that one.
That's going to be a good matchup to watch in this game. Those two have speed.
Yeah, he's dangerous. Almadil over on that weak side, but Hunter up to the task. Shout out to Chico State. Second consecutive year with the Chico connection. Of course, for those Battle Lion fans from 2024, if you remember the midfielder with touch, Adrian Fontanelli. That's the connection, the plug here with Hunter. Long ball over to Sato. Back to goal. Circles back. Corner of the 18. Shot attempt, Connor Perry. Strong right foot, and the Welshman puts it in again at home. It's a TSC goal! Minute 43. Connor Perry gets that one in, and Tallahassee doubles the delay. Pop the smoke, Ben. Another one. here for TSC.
Just pure power and accuracy. I mean, and what was a really key element, too, is he took the shot so early. The goalkeeper wasn't able to get his feet quite set, took him by surprise. He was able to get down to it, but by the time he got down, ball was in the back of the net.
You got to get up to get down. 2-0 for Tallahassee, and the Thomas University man puts it in, and he is having a thrilling 2025 campaign here for TSC. Of course, with the club in 23, took off the summer of 24, but has now come back to the club here in 25, and results proven. I got to say, the team's pretty magical with Connor Perry in the lineup. You had that kind of underdog team of dreams story from that 2023 campaign that went out to Southern States, had the win here at home against Southern States, went out to Southern States, came back to tie them 3-3, and then took them absolutely to the wire in that playoff game. Unfortunately, coming up on the short end, as seems to be a tragic end of the road for Tallahassee always in the postseason.
It's always time to rewrite history.
Yeah, three postseason appearances, losses in the first round in all three. All three heartbreakers, absolute heartbreakers. Long ball over the top. Marcos in position. Stretches that one, but doesn't have to leave the ground. Quick throw. Rockets it out to Mount St. Mary's teammate Danny Chetri on the ball. Here's Sato. Connor Perry wants another one. Braden Paul in the corner of the box on the far side looking for some service. Puts it back on his left foot. Goes direct. Shade off the post here on the near side, so it'll stay 2-0. But another aggressive one. Chetri, Paul, Perry, all having opportunities here. Of course, Perry and Chetri each putting one in, but continuing to generate chances. And we get word 2 minutes. Stoppage time. 2 minutes. So we will go roughly 47 here, as you can see on the clock. Reminder, after a 4th minute red card, AFC Mobile playing with 10 men. Squared off here, Hunter, Santiago, Bennett around the back line. He'll go up to midfield, square ball here centrally for Joe Warren. Drops it back to the back line. On top of that, Rickards Raiders logo here in the midfield circle. All your 5 Leon County schools represented there. Now to Santiago on top of the Lincoln Trojans. So we'll do them all. Leon Lions now on top of it here for Hunter. Long ball service looking for Chetri. Found back Sinhar now in an attacking position. He's inside the box. Outside to Chetri. It's wide. Played it in. He's looking to curve it in. Upper 90. Had Sato in the box, but it'll go up and over the top. Out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think you can tell the TSC players, the Battle Lions, smell blood. They've got players in the box. Do you want to cross it? No, I want to join the goal tally.
There you go. Of course, the Old Fields Battalion bringing the smoke. As you know, TSC then wants all of the smoke. Long ball going here. Hunter will win this one. Going to Chetri, who drop it off. Sato. Sinhar, Warren, 50 yards from goal, now into the attacking third. Through ball, Sato inside the box, Warren also there. A little bit of a Sophie's choice, who wants to touch it? Paul, the net was open, ripped it, but it's over the top and through the uprights. And the referee will call half time. So a thrilling first half battle from both of these clubs, an old rivalry renewed. And I think it was quite a thrilling first half of action.
Yeah, it certainly was, particularly for us Tallahassee fans. We've got the 2-0 lead, but even before the 2 goals, this was a thrilling contest. You know, we had the red card, we had the flashpoint very early on.
Look out.
But Mobile, to their credit, kept up the attack. They kept up the fight, made it very entertaining. But you can see, you know, Tallahassee's extra man is starting to pay dividends here.
Absolutely. Of course, we're at the halftime here for you. And that'll be interesting to watch is how this carries out. Because, of course, you know, you can play tough, especially the first 45, right? You can get in the halftime break, take it to minute 50, take it to minute 60, but then it really starts to wear on you at that juncture. And then I want to see where AFC Mobile is at that standpoint. Can they keep it rolling? So, any last comments before we jump out here for a quick break?
Yeah, kind of like you were saying, I'd be curious to see how Mobile responds. Goal difference is a big factor in the table, so there's some damage limitation to be done here. It's with 10 minutes unlikely to mount a comeback, so they need to still keep their head in the game so they don't lose too many goals.
Absolutely. Of course, a reminder, you're listening to TSC Live here, brought to you by Blue Coast Federal Credit Union, multiple locations here in the Tallahassee area. And, of course, shout out to 93.3 Real Talk Radio, FM picking us up for the simulcast tonight and the rest of the way here this season for all your Tallahassee Soccer Club home games. Andrew Ben Grubbs, James Ward bringing you the action here tonight. We're going to jump out, do some team business to give some love to our sponsors who help make this team possible. Come back with us about 14, 15 minutes. We'll get this thing rolling. Half number 2 on the way.
Is your auto loan interest rate burning a hole in your wallet? It's time to cool down your payments with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. For a limited time, when you refinance your auto loan with BCFCU, you'll enjoy a full 1% discount off your current interest rate. But wait, there's more. Is your vehicle out of factory warranty? Are you upside down in your loan? You can get an extra 0.20% APR discount when you add vehicle warranty and another 0.20% APR discount when you include gap insurance. That's a potential total savings of 1.40% off your current rate, all while gaining the peace of mind of warranty coverage for those unexpected repairs. Already have your car loan with BCFCU? We haven't forgotten you. For a limited time, add an extended warranty to your existing loan and receive a $200 discount off the price. And the best part? You can do this without changing your monthly payment, your loan terms, or even having to refinance. Plus, every loan done at BCFCU helps our community. We donate $5 to a local nonprofit charity each and every month for every loan we fund. Don't let high interest rates get you down. Visit mybcfcu.com today to learn more, apply, and see how you can cool off your auto loan rate with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. That's mybcfcu.com. BCFCU, federally insured by NCUA. Member must be approved under normal credit qualifications. Minimum finance charge of 2.99% APR.
Let's face it, our lives are busy. Whether we are picking up kids from soccer or sharing some family time watching a match, we don't have time to waste. That's why Blue Coast Federal Credit Union fits seamlessly into your busy life. With our convenient mobile app, online banking, and personalized service, managing your finances has never been easier. Join us today and experience a new wave of banking with BCFCU. Learn more by scanning the QR code below. BCFCU is federally insured by NCUA.
From getting back in the game to getting back to exploring all this life has to offer, our dedicated team is here for you every step of the way. With a patient-centered approach and unparalleled orthopedic and sports medicine care, our team of 70-plus physicians and providers are here to help you live a healthy and active lifestyle. With over 225,000 patient visits a year and servicing North Florida and South Georgia, you can trust TOC for all of your orthopedic needs.
Let's face it, our lives are busy. Whether we are picking up kids from soccer or sharing some family time watching a match, we don't have time to waste. That's why Blue Coast Federal Credit Union fits seamlessly into your busy life. With our convenient mobile app, online banking, and personalized service, managing your finances has never been easier. Join us today and experience a new wave of banking with BCFCU. Learn more by scanning the QR code below. BCFCU is federally insured by NCUA.
Is your auto loan interest rate burning a hole in your wallet? It's time to cool down your payments with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. For a limited time, when you refinance your auto loan with BCFCU, you'll enjoy a full 1% discount off your current interest rate. But wait, there's more. Is your vehicle out of factory warranty? Are you upside down in your loan? You can get an extra 0.20% APR discount when you add vehicle warranty and another 0.20% APR discount when you include gap insurance. That's a potential total savings of 1.40% off your current rate, all while gaining the peace of mind of warranty coverage for those unexpected repairs. Already have your car loan with BCFCU? We haven't forgotten you. For a limited time, add an extended warranty to your existing loan and receive a $200 discount off the price. And the best part? You can do this without changing your monthly payment, your loan terms, or even having to refinance. Plus, every loan done at BCFCU helps our community. We donate $5 to a local nonprofit charity each and every month for every loan we fund. Don't let high interest rates get you down. Visit mybcfcu.com today to learn more, apply, and see how you can cool off your auto loan rate with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. That's mybcfcu.com. BCFCU, federally insured by NCUA. Member must be approved under normal credit qualifications. Minimum finance charge of 2.99% APR.
From getting back in the game to getting back to exploring all this life has to offer, our dedicated team is here for you every step of the way. You can trust TOC for all of your orthopedic needs.
Let's face it, our lives are busy. Whether we are picking up kids from soccer or sharing some family time watching a match, we don't have time to waste. That's why Blue Coast Federal Credit Union fits seamlessly into your busy life. With our convenient mobile app, online banking, and personalized service, managing your finances has never been easier. Join us today and experience a new wave of banking with BCFCU. Learn more by scanning the QR code below. BCFCU is federally insured by NCUA.
Is your auto loan interest rate burning a hole in your wallet? It's time to cool down your payments with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. For a limited time, when you refinance your auto loan with BCFCU, you'll enjoy a full 1% discount off your current interest rate. But wait, there's more. Is your vehicle out of factory warranty? Are you upside down in your loan? You can get an extra 0.20% APR discount when you add vehicle warranty and another 0.20% APR discount when you include gap insurance. That's a potential total savings of 1.40% off your current rate, all while gaining the peace of mind of warranty coverage for those unexpected repairs. Already have your car loan with BCFCU? We haven't forgotten you. For a limited time, add an extended warranty to your existing loan and receive a $200 discount off the price. And the best part? You can do this without changing your monthly payment, your loan terms, or even having to refinance. Plus, every loan done at BCFCU helps our community. We donate $5 to a local nonprofit charity each and every month for every loan we fund. Don't let high interest rates get you down. Visit mybcfcu.com today to learn more, apply, and see how you can cool off your auto loan rate with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. That's mybcfcu.com. BCFCU, federally insured by NCUA. Member must be approved under normal credit qualifications. Minimum finance charge of 2.99% APR.
Let's face it, our lives are busy. Whether we are picking up kids from soccer or sharing some family time watching a match, we don't have time to waste. That's why Blue Coast Federal Credit Union fits seamlessly into your busy life. With our convenient mobile app, online banking, and personalized service, managing your finances has never been easier. Join us today and experience a new wave of banking with BCFCU. Learn more by scanning the QR code below. BCFCU is federally insured by NCUA.
From getting back in the game to getting back to exploring all this life has to offer, our dedicated team is here for you every step of the way. With a patient-centered approach and unparalleled orthopedic and sports medicine care, our team of 70-plus physicians and providers are here to help you live a healthy and active lifestyle. With over 225,000 patient visits a year and servicing North Florida and South Georgia, you can trust TOC for all of your orthopedic needs.
And welcome back here to TSC Game Day Live. Andrew Jupe, Ben Grubbs, James Ward giving you the action here today. Brought to you by Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. Of course, simulcast on 93.3 Real Talk Radio here this evening. If you're just joining us, where have you been? Wild game out here. Ben? We thought we were going to get a little time to settle in. Not the case here tonight.
No, it certainly was not. We'll give you a little first half recap for those just joining us. Where to start with the red card. Tallahassee was approaching goal. Good attack going, and the Mobile defender took down, I believe that was number 4, David Malice. Yes, David Malice got the red card there.
Straight red.
Straight red, yeah. Because as the referee called it, there was no covering defender between him and the goal. As the last defender, you commit a foul. It's a red card. Pretty cut and dry. Another Mobile player was booked for dissent as well. And then the game, we wondered. Mobile had originally set up with kind of a defensive formation, but they stayed on the attack. And for a long time, it was scoreless. But in the 38th minute, Danny Chetry broke through to give Tallahassee a 1-0 lead. And then from there, it stayed pretty much as it was. Both teams continued attacking the way they had. But then in the 43rd minute, Connor Perry absolutely ripped one into the bottom left corner, giving Tallahassee a 2-0 lead at the half.
So here we are. Of course, Tallahassee dealing with some injuries and then the accumulation rules. And hopefully we'd have to check the book. Our guy, Sinhar, who picked up a yellow in the 54th, not the 54th minute, the 54th second, within the first minute, picking up a yellow himself. So Sinhar may be on the hook for the suspension next game. But, of course, we will see. Next Tallahassee game going on here next Saturday. So we'll be back on the Saturday cycle. Should be Valdosta coming to town here for your Battle Lions. Make sure to check out those tickets there. Check out Tallahassee Soccer Club. Smash that ticket button. They'll get you all the information that you need to go here. Let's recap it, Ben, while we're talking the rest of the league. We have some scores coming for the games recently. So this was this week. The final 3 happened yesterday. So we had GAFA, FC, and Union 10. They did a home and home. Home team won both of those matches, so they split. So the 2 top dogs out there in the western half of the division running pretty closely here. Gulf Coast took down the Academy for Pensacola. Pensacola Academy took down Valdosta, and then also Pensacola and Sowegans, which a battle in the East. Sowegans held them to a 1-0 score line. A little bit of a surprise for me, but Sowegans, great performance on the road there, but of course still Pensacola in the higher positioning in the table.
Yeah, right now we've got Tallahassee. We're at 9 points. Pensacola and Gaffa tied at 12. Pensacola with the edge on goal difference. They are at plus 15, whereas Gaffa is at plus 10.
Mm-hmm. So, of course, we bring up the table there. Of course, that's raw points. So Tallahassee, in theory, with a 4-goal victory here, would go ahead of Pensacola on raw points and goal differential with the head-to-head tiebreaker. Of course, but we know it's a group game or a divisional game. Top 2 teams from each side. You could see if things started today. Because we simulated the playoffs forward, we're using points per match here. So, of course, there's a differential here. But we're only taking the top 2. They're going to cross over. So if playoffs started today, Gaffa would be hosting PFC. TSC would be hosting Union 10. And then the winners would meet in the championship there with the highest point total being the host there. So, of course, for those new to the developments here, this is the league we got going on. It's a hodgepodge of the former MPSL and the GCPL, and then we also added Valdosta. We're getting ready for the second half kick, so we can talk more of that post-game if you want to. But just wanted to throw that up there to remind you here. Pensacola, we have 3 Florida teams, 2 Georgia teams, 2 Alabama teams, 2 Mississippi teams. A nice little spread here at the Gulf Coast. So we're about ready to get rocking and rolling, and the second half is underway here from Tallahassee. Andrew Jupe, Ben Grubbs, James Ward giving you the action here for the Blue Coast Federal Credit Union presentation of Tallahassee Soccer Club live here on 93.3 Real Talk Radio.
And you can see the initial plan here from Tallahassee. Mobile's down to 10. Let's put them under pressure right away and put this game to bed.
Of course, it is a school night, Ben. They're trying to get out here for some of these kids, and as I say that, that's actually incorrect. Schools let out last week, so.
Summer semester for the college kids.
Yeah, some of them. I'm not thinking that they're too concerned with bedtime coming up here as we'll get out of here probably about 9 o'clock.
That's early for college students, I believe.
Yeah, indeed.
So the
So,
night begins.
getting back into it, Tallahassee all-white uniforms going right to left here in the second half from our vantage point. That's south to north geographically here at Gene Cox Stadium, Hurley Rudd Field. For the old heads here in Tallahassee, that is Capitol Stadium. Centering ball here to Joe Ward. Inside the box is Tallahassee on a nice little offensive adventure. But a heavy touch over the line will go back for a goal kick.
Yeah, good early start here for Tallahassee in the second half. Now it's Mobile's first opportunity to get their foot on the ball. Let's see what they're going to do. Will they keep up the attacking spirit from the first half?
Indeed. So a couple changes coming here for Tallahassee. See over on the right side, some developments here. Of course, Jerry Zayue in for Tallahassee over on that right side. Old Team Jerry, he's a fan favorite. Still Chetri, still Sato, still Hunter, still Santiago, still Mitchell. Is this one Mobile on the attack? Looking for that back post, and that's some great individual class. Mandel puts it in the back of the net, and we've got an interesting development here as Mobile gets one back, 2-1 here in minute 48.
Yeah, that was we were very lucky. I'm sure our camera was as well, but up here in the commentary box, we had a perfect angle of that goal and just a perfect curling effort, just the right amount of power on it. Really excellent shot, and then a little message to the fans, little shushing motion there. So I think this game's getting a little spiky.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think it got spiky about 30 seconds in when we had our first challenge.
True.
This one resumes. So Jerry's up on the far side. It looks like he's playing the right forward position. Heavy challenge there from the recent goal scorer, Almendel. And so he will be issued a yellow card. So the yellow card parade continues here tonight.
Not often you see, well, sometimes you see a goal and a yellow card in the same minute for, taking your shirt off or excessive celebration, but not often you get a goal and a foul back-to-back resulting in a yellow card.
True. But that's what we have here. So it looks like Jerry is the only change as far as substitutions go. Of course, you have Warren, Santiago, Hunter, Bennett Mitchell, your back line. Your midfield is going to be Perry, Sato, Chetri, Gui. And it looks like they're going to have Paul and Jerry up top. Trying to thread through is Paul. It's going to be taken away by Mobile. Dropped on off. Sato giving some pressure here. Drop back to Davis, the keeper. Inside the box, he gets rid of it quickly. Long ball to about midfield. It's going to be brought down by Mobile. Cleared off nicely here by Santiago. Pressure from Almendel. Now he's pursuing Connor Perry, who's fallen in on. Looks like he's going to go on the back line here. They've really drawn him back.
They're keeping our eyes on a swivel. We don't know who's going where.
Absolutely. Thrown back, reverse to the top of the box here as Tallahassee passes along the back line. Santiago and Hunter. Of course, you have Chetri looking to threaten here near side. He's towing the line, trying to stay on side. They go far side looking for Jerry. Able to get on the end of this one. And the Charleston man's trying to turn the corner. Centering ball looking for Mitchell on the back post. A little too strong over his right shoulder. Chetri gives pursuit, but it's shielded out by Mobile and will be out for a throw-in for the visitors.
Yeah, and that was a really good defensive play down there. I believe that was Bienvenu just nudged him just a bit so that he couldn't get the angle on the ball that he wanted.
Throw-in coming here for Mobile. Back to the near side. This will be scooped up by Hunter to Santiago. Service here from Warren, looking to hit Mitchell at the corner of the 18. Attacking position into the box, looking for Chetri. Deflected off of Mobile, and they're looking to clear now. Bennett Mitchell gets a foot to it. Coming in late here is Warren, but it's going to be picked off as they try to center that. Now trying to get out of there, defending third. Long ball into the TSC half. Marco's going to have to come get this one. Tries to usher it back into the box, but he knows it's too wide, and so he'll clear it off over the top calmly.
Yeah, you could almost see him just like mentally willing the ball. Curl. It never quite made it, so
Yeah.
he made the smart play and knocked it out for a throw-in.
And so, of course, the official substitution was Jerry in for Sinhar. So I think they're just trying to protect Sinhar because he's working on a yellow. Seeing how we have been developing as far as infractions out here tonight on the south side of the capital city. Santiago on the turf, plays it to Perry. And looks like we're sticking with a 4-4-2 and an early run as Sato gets loose, but he is offside about 50 yards from goal. The flag goes up on the far side. It'll be a free kick, back to Mobile.
Yeah, good discipline there by the Mobile back line.
Indeed. So we have a free kick here, just outside the center circle, but that Rickards Raiders logo. Long ball towards the top, hits the 18. Perry wins that one here for TSC. Jerry on the secondary ball. He's on the loose. Dropped back here by Mobile to the keeper, Davis. Sato tries to put the pinch on. Secondary ball picked off by Paul. Looking to thread through to Jerry. It's cleared out off of the back line and off over the top. So aggressive spurt. Trying to go back through here. Step over. Here from Bienvenu. Overhounded by Warren. Able to get in front of him in position here in the 53rd minute. Long ball coming from Mobile. Tries to center it. Who has a little more life here after that goal in minute 48 by Almendel.
Yeah, we were wondering before the half, giving up 2 goals down to 10 men. Would you crumple? No, this Mobile team is tough.
There you go. Of course, that's the most dangerous lead, they say, right? 2-0. The decisive one is the third goal. Either you got a game again or it goes 3-0. Hunter in no rush, long ball, and Chetri, he's waiting on that one. Jumped it a little too early, offside. Flag is up.
Yeah, our Battle Lion forward line is going to just have to be a little bit more aware. Mobile, they're, as we've seen now, that back line is very disciplined. It's very unlikely they're going to get caught out, but we'll see how Tallahassee adjusts.
And that's the thing. Chetri's always going to be threatened, especially the speedster. Doesn't need to cheat at it. Is this one going to be played long ball off the free kick by Mobile? Headed out by Mitchell. Secondary ball is going to be won by AFC. The loose one will go back to the visitors. And good pressure here by Bennett Mitchell around midfield. Will be out of play, but here for a TSC throw-in.
Got a little sideline entertainment there from the Mobile coach. We've got the crossbar challenge at the Tallahassee Reckoning Games, and we've got the coaches juggling competition.
Yeah, man. When you get the opportunity, he's got to show the players he's still got it, and he knows what he's talking about. So it's actually a power move that he's playing out.
I'm
Respect
a fan.
that.
I'm a fan.
Respect that power move. Outside here to Mitchell. Drop back to Hunter. In the own half as he gets towards that Gobby Cougars logo here in the center circle at Gene Cox Stadium. Out to Perry. 50 yards from goal. Long ball. Little bit of a miscommunication here with the front line here for Tallahassee. Chetri and Sato half in the area, but it'll easily bounce into Davis, the goalkeeper for Mobile.
Yeah, that one didn't work out, but good to try a different angle. Make sure Mobile has to be aware of that the threat can come from any direction.
Hunter needs this one out of play, so it'll be an AFC Mobile throw-in, about 55 yards. Just a little toss of a cornhole bag on this side of midfield. Mitchell getting a header to that, sprawling forward, so push it forward 20 yards and another Mobile throw-in. Bienvenu to take the throw here. Checking towards him is Amison, but he'll circle back around. Throw it towards the middle of the park. Gets toward the bottom half of that half circle at the top of the 18. Sato, nice piece of control on the left. 2 touches it to Paul over the top. He's got one-on-one with Carr, who's working on a yellow. Paul's going to stave him off, trying to turn the corner. Last touch by Mobile. It'll be out for a corner kick here, but a hairy scenario there for Mobile. They deal with it initially.
Yeah, that was good. You see Tallahassee time that one up a much better, really put Mobile under threat. And, man, Carr is an exciting defender to watch. I mean, he's got the speed, he's got the aggression. It's really entertaining whenever an attacker gets near him.
Quick 1-2 here, Chetri. Back post, looking for Hunter. Oh, off the crossbar. Santiago couldn't get it low enough. Correction with Santiago with the header. Hits the crossbar, bounces down. A nice 1-2, quick, short corner taken with Paul and Chetri, and they almost got the big man on the back. Very, very close for the University of Hawaii Hilo man, Jacob Santiago.
Yeah, that's one of those tough ones to watch. The referee's going to call that one.
A little hold up there. Benny Mitchell was just giving Bienvenu a little hug down here on the near side, but
just a little, hey, how you doing? You want to grab pizza after the game?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing malicious.
Of course, maybe a little post-game down there at club sponsor Proof, a stone's throw here from the stadium. Of course, go down there, get yourself a little 850, a little La La Land. Tons of great options for you here today on a hot summer day. Nothing like a cool local craft brew from Proof.
I'm a fan of the lager myself.
There you go. Circle back around, square it off to Joe Warren. Tallahassee in their defensive half, but a long ball to Bennett Mitchell. 30 yards from goal once again. Tallahassee caught with the hand in the cookie jar as the former Leon Lion tries to track this one down.
Some fans in the crowd, and by some I mean most, are I see one fan waving his finger at the assistant referee.
Yeah.
And now he's walking over to explain to some other folks about how bad he thinks that call was.
You got to let him know. Got to let him know. Long ball over here near side for Mobile will go out of play. So 35 yards from goal. Tallahassee will throw this one in back to the top of the 18. They'll kick it around the defensive line. Hunter, Santiago now up to the midfield with Warren. Challenge is going to be taken away. This is a real chance for Mobile. 25 yards from goal. They'll drop it on off 35 yards now from goal. Perry coming in to sprawl and clear that one. Saeed, the last one to touch it. Carr now going to take the throw in. 30 yards from goal for Mobile. Coming in on the top of the 18. It's going to be taken away. Great challenge there in the midfield. Long ball in the dirt's here to Sato. He's got a little room to run. 30 yards from goal. He's outside the widthwise of the 18. Support coming as Perry slides through. And the Welshman trying to turn the corner. Can he get it back? Central sliding effort. 2 players going to turf here for Mobile, and it'll result in a Tallahassee corner, but a wild back and forth. Chances both ways.
Well, that's it. It's Perry. You need 2 people to stop him.
Yep. Done well to get in position there, and the Thomas University man. And he's had quite the collegiate transformation. He's a different player from his freshman year to his now rising junior year at Thomas University. You can tell he's been putting the work in just north of the border. Going back post with a corner kick. I think it was a little bit of a surprise for Warren that it got to him as he skies this one out over the top here in the 60th minute.
Yeah, I don't think he was really expecting that one. You could see the body position wasn't quite there.
It was a little awkward.
Yeah. Went in for a field goal, though.
True.
We'll take that.
No credit for those here. Long ball over the top here by Davis. The goalkeeper hits Almondale in the upper back / lower neck region. Through ball on the ground here to Chetri. TSC back on offense. It's going to be dish out of play. Quick throw coming here for Tallahassee. Drop back to Bennett Mitchell. 35 yards from goal. Centering ball to Sato. Quick 1-2 with the former Leon Lyon. Gets it back on his favorite right foot. Oh, drop pass gets taken away here by Mobile. An opportunity to counter. Bienvenu trying to chip it through, but Mitchell on the scene. It'll be out for a visiting throw-in. So a little bit of stoppage here.
Not sure what the referee was holding up play for, because the player didn't move back.
Chipped over the top. Jerry looking for Sato, trying to bring it down with his right foot. Little bit of a heavy touch. Had he had 4 or 5 more yards, maybe able to get it, but tight quarters with Davis, the goalkeeper for Mobile, and they were able to lock it down.
Yeah, we talked earlier about, how Tallahassee needs to time up their runs against this disciplined Mobile backline. And you've kind of seen how Tallahassee's changed their approach. They're trying a couple different angles, so Mobile can't work the offside trap the way they want to. Really, really good to see that adjustment from the team.
Yeah, I think that's what you got to do. Gui's going to drop this one as he'll dribble back to the back line here at midfield on top of that LCS logo here at the turf of Gene Cox Stadium, the Coliseum of athletics here on the non-collegiate level here in the Big Bend of Florida. Chetri inside the 18-yard box, but he's on the fringe here widthwise near side. We'll drop it back to Bennett Mitchell, 30 yards from goal. Service to the back. Secondary ball falling to Sato. And there was contact, but a little extra being put on there by Sato. Jerry and Sato, nice connection there. They're vibing really well since Jerry came in. A couple nice services to Sato here from the Charleston man and the University of Hawaii Hilo man.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, we've seen that right side has so far been the basis for most of Tallahassee's attacks here in this second half.
A little something here with Bienvenu and Mitchell. A continuing saga here on the near side. 18 for the visitors and 7 here in white for the hometown team.
Still a little conversation going on with the sideline referee.
Oh, yeah, through ball. Jerry lets it go to Braden Paul, and it's Paul and Carr at it again. So you've got these developing duels between these pockets of players here on both sides. Everything that you would expect here from old rivals, a rivalry renewed. In a close contest here from Tallahassee. Of course, 2 goals from the Battle Lions in minute 38 and 43. So they went in with a 2-0 advantage to the break. But then a solo effort by Almondale in minute 48 has us at a 2-1 scoreline. And Tallahassee, who could potentially go top of the table here tonight on raw points, is getting all they can handle from 8th place Mobile right now.
Yeah, they certainly are. Carr still on the ground. Hopefully he gets up and is okay. But yeah, he's been one of the highlight players for Mobile, along with Almondell, who are giving Tallahassee fits tonight.
Indeed. And so as we're talking about the table, we can go ahead and flash that up. Here's kind of the raw table. This is just on points. Of course, not incorporating the points per match because everybody's all over the table. Obviously, Mobile and Tallahassee have games in hand on every other team in the league except for Union 10. So there's still a lot more point opportunities coming here in this young season for these squads. So definitely something to keep an eye out on here as we kind of trickle through here for this new league that we were talking about, this hodgepodge league that we've developed once again. I know it was cut short when we were talking about it in halftime. You've got a couple MPSL teams merging with the GCPL, added in Valdosta for the league switch. We're all now here with the league for clubs. And so far enjoying the ride with the new league, the new boo, as it were. Ben, felt good to dump the X and make the jump on over here to a league that's really kind of blossoming nationally.
Yeah, it certainly is, and it always feels good to go to a new league when you go 3-0 to start off.
Yeah.
And looking at so far 4-0, but there's still plenty of time left in this game.
Too much time. Yeah, I know the early history for those who've been around for quite some time is Tallahassee and Mobile. I believe it was their first 4 matchups tied them all. So it was a narrative that they may never have a decisive game. They ended up, I think the last couple of results, there was a couple to Mobile, a couple to Tallahassee, and so they've since broken up the pattern. But a number of close games back in 2019, 2021, 2022. Through ball here as we resume action in minute 65. Paul trying to take it into the box after the through ball here from Warren. So it'll be a Tallahassee throw. Depth-wise, it's about 15 yards from goal, but it's way over here near side, of course, on the sideline. Paul dropped off to Bennett. Centering to Chetry. On over to the new substitute, George Roberts, who came in for Gui. So Roberts wearing number 18. Long ball going back post. Paul hammering it back to Mitchell, needing a secondary ball. Jerry's able to scoop it on the 18 of the far side. Now he's cycling around. Left-footed service. Corner of the 6-yard box going to be won by Bienvenu. Second ball landed by Braden Paul. He's still in the corner of the 18 here near side. Little hesitation. He'll drop it off to Warren. 30 yards from goal. Squares it over to Chetry. Still 30 yards from goal, but this one's dead center. Santiago, awkward, dealt with. Almondell, the goal scorer, putting some pressure on here for Mobile. Bennett Mitchell now with an attacking glance, looking for Paul to make the run, but a little bit of a miscommunication. So Mobile catches a break as it'll be out for a goal kick, I believe. Or no, maybe a throw in here. My mistake.
Looks like the Mobile was going to make a sub, but has called it off.
Circle back around, of course, talking with the 4th official. It's wild even here, and depending on what you talk to at Tier 4, Tier 4.5, depending on who you're talking to. They have the headsets with the officials and everything. 30 yards out, Chetry's going to square it off to the new substitute, Roberts. Another touch for him. Perry back to Roberts, 45 yards from goal.
Carr back in the game, so Mobile back to 10.
Hunter out the pole here near side, 20 yards from goal, but widthwise outside the 18. Service going to go back post, looking for Sato. Gets on the end of it. Offside flag stays down. And Sato, Mirai Sato here in minute 67. It's a TSC goal! As we go back to the 2. Oh no! Are we pulling this one back?
It appears so. It wasn't offside. He's saying the referee made a signal. It looks like he's saying that when Sato went up, he either grabbed or pushed the defender somehow. He made kind of a hugging motion, and I believe that is the call.
All right, so take it off the board. Of course, would have pointed forward, but has not, so sorry. Mirai. Sato, we're going to have to take that one off, buddy. Great play, but infraction preventing the goal. Through ball on the dirt, and this one's going to be offsides. And continued jeers here from the Tallahassee faithful. As once again, goal does not count. Infraction there, yellow card. Braden Paul said a couple of magic words, so he'll be getting in the book as well.
Referee's laying down the law.
Book's getting thick tonight, Ben. Thick with 2 C's.
Are we going to finish with, I know right now we got 21 on the pitch. Are we going to finish with 21 or 20?
The way we're going, it does not feel like it. Luckily, we got Sinhar out. May have to pull the Wakulla Wonderkind off the field with the yellow in the pocket. Though I do like what he's doing down the left-hand side. We have some talent here as the smoke drifts across. That's not a camera problem. That's the wind blowing the smoke that was popped for what the would-be thought goal. There's 2 balls on the field. We got to hold up play. Ref doesn't see it, so we're going to play on. And the 4th official saw it.
Throw in here for Mobile on this near side. Almondale going for it. Very acrobatic. Doesn't quite work out for him. And here goes Mobile. Nope, back to Tallahassee. Possession quickly changing hands here. And it is out of play for a Mobile throw-in.
Yeah, of course, no official word got parlayed up to the press box, so they came in. They were looking for some clarification on the goal would be not goal situation. So, yes, that is a correct scoreline. 2 for Tallahassee, 1 for Mobile. Over on the far side, here's Connor Perry going on a little offensive spree. Hasn't had much opportunity since he switched over to defense in this second half. Bienvenu here takes it away from Mobile. Perry fighting through right on top of that Lincoln Trojan logo in the midfield circle. Paul nutmegging Bienvenu, but it'll result in a challenge, and Perry gets in a little extracurricular, and he's got to be careful with that one. Perry's had a couple collisions. He seems to be a little gimpy over there on the right-hand side. A little hitch in the giddy-up there, Ben.
Yeah, hopefully just, a little stinger on the ankle that or a minor cramp that can hopefully be worked out with a little light jog around the field as we see another physical challenge.
Long ball over the top. This one Hunter is involved with. Corner of the 18, but it's outside. Almondale, the one who takes a tumble to the turf for Mobile. But this will be an opportunity here for the visitors. Just with that 1-goal deficit, we know he's got some touch. There's Almondale, so Marcos has got to be on his P's and Q's right now.
And this is almost a very similar position to where he scored his first goal tonight.
Yeah, in open play. So they're going to go with a 3-man wall. And Marcus has got to be ready once they turn because Almondale's ready to go. I'm a little worried about that near post here, Ben.
Yeah, I am too. That's a brave goalkeeping decision.
19 yards from goal here, the corner of the 18 and the near side. Almondale on top of it for Mobile. 2-1. Tallahassee with the advantage. Twists this one over the top. Hits the upright. It was right on that near post. 6 yards lower, and that one's hitting upper 90. Going to make Marcos save it. But luckily for Tallahassee, we get out unscathed.
Yeah, and I think Marcos had that one covered. It didn't really quite have the speed necessary to trouble Marcos. Still good attempt, though.
72nd minute here. Mitchell drops it back to Hunter here for the back line. Just 2 substitutions so far for the Battle Lions. Of course, the beauty is you have a number of opportunities. Long run here from Bennett Mitchell. Centering into the box. Still wide in the 18. Paul able to save it. He's pursued here by Bienvenu, the ongoing challenge between those two. Yeah, Bienvenu not making any friends over here with Braden Paul and Bennett Mitchell here tonight. Quickly resumed. George Roberts is going to square it off to Perry. Now back to the back line, who's 50 yards from goal, but on the attacking half. Over to Hunter. Roberts. Santiago. Making our rounds here. On out to Perry. Up to Jerry, 35 yards from goal. Just a methodical build-up from Tallahassee. Square ball coming near side to Hunter. In no rush. Service out to the perimeter for Jerry with Roberts. And a little return. Falls in no man's land. And Perry will throw into a half chance, which lands to Sato. but it'll be cleared by Mobile. So Hunter's going to have to head this one back. Strong header, had to have it. We'll get to Marcos inside the box. Decides to touch it down, though. Didn't have to. How about the Mount St. Mary's man with a little class there? That's a little Argentinian flair there from the goalkeeper, Ben.
I want to show he could play in the field if needed.
There you go. Jerry now inside the box, needs a centering ball slide from Carr. Last touched by him, so to be out for a Tallahassee corner over on the far side, but great through ball. And Jerry's got some speed over on that far side here, Ben.
Yeah, he certainly does. Like we were saying earlier, this Jerry and Carr matchup continues to entertain.
Mm-hmm. So lefty Chetri will take it from the far side. 74th minute corner opportunity for Tallahassee. Still a one-goal game. Center of the box. Hunter is wide open. Gets it down on frame. Not enough mustard to get it past Mobile after hitting off the turf. They're trying to pinch him into the corner. Mobile trying to find a release outlet. Santiago able to scoop this one up. But Bienvenu able to scoop up the third ball through. Hunter now taken down. And it'll be a free kick here for Tallahassee. And it looks like Bienvenu is on the hook, number 18 for Mobile on the near side. So it'll be a Tallahassee free kick, 24 yards from goal. Width-wise, it's about halfway between the 6-yard box and the corner of the 18. So it's inside the numbers, but not exactly close here. It's a tough angle to try to dip it down back near post. If you can put some pace on it, get some diagonal runs going across into the 6, this might be your ticket. Chetri standing up top of the box. I mean, realistically, if you give him a good windup, he might just rip from 25 there as he's just inside the numbers to the right of Connor Perry off screen right now. Service from Perry going direct near Davis, the keeper for Mobile. And so he's up to the task. So we stay at 2-1. Minute 76 here from Tallahassee.
Little shove there from the goalkeeper. Wanted Paul to get out of his way.
8th place Mobile in the table, given Tallahassee one of the top dogs here in the Eastern Division of the Gulf Coast Conference, all they can handle here at home. Substitution on the way in here for Tallahassee. It's going to be Caleb Elistine, the Rickards Raiders player. Of course, one of the young phenoms here in the Tallahassee program, homegrown. And he's a fun player to watch. It looks like they're going to slot him in the outside of the midfield here on the near side to the left. He's wearing number 20 tonight. But he is an electric player. Got the start up at Valdosta earlier this year, so good to see him back in the lineup. Mitchell, through ball, looking for Sato. On the run centrally here, minute 77. Davis slides in. Davis making contact with Sato on the slide. The referee wants to have a chat here with the University of Hawaii Hilo man.
Davis, I think, trying to say maybe there was a little more to that than the referee thought.
Mm-hmm. So long ball here from Davis, going to get into Tallahassee half. Santiago digs it out well. Secondary service from Mobile, met by Warren. Now trying to find Elistine, the new substitute. And, of course, the speedster unable to keep this one in. But a nice little bit of stretch play here. Heavy touch from Mobile, and Roberts a good shield will give Tallahassee a throw-in. Near side, about 30 yards from goal. 78th minute, 12 minutes to go in regulation here and change. But Mobile hanging around, still only the one-score deficit as that would-be third goal taken off of the board due to an infraction. Long ball from 35 out, looking for Sato, and Davis will save this one. Long service here with the right foot. Game still very much in the balance, though Tallahassee has dominated in large spurts. Long opportunity taken. Why not go for a cracked? Trying to see if Marcos was on his P's and Q's. Gonna need some help for the ball boys. That one's gonna leave the park.
Yeah, that one's well out of the park. I can't even see where it went anymore.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well, those ball kids have some energy. I'm sure they can go run it down.
Well, that's what they're there for, right? Hopefully they're getting some free hot dogs and some chips and stuff. Ellisteen with the shot attempt.
Yeah, and I really like that that first-time shot attempt. You know, the goalkeeper's coming out, hasn't really gotten his feet set yet, so good to try and get him before he's ready.
Yep. So be out for a corner kick for Tallahassee, and it looks like the youngster is going to take it. 79th minute of action, 5 Tallahassee players in the box, 2 others looming in the area. Cleared out by the way of the head by Mobile, and this one's going to be chipped out, tracking back, and able to secure it is Braden Paul. Connor Perry going all the way back to the last man, Bennett Mitchell, who's on top of the Childs Timberwolves, and that's the 5th horseman there. We've now walked across every single logo there at midfield of the Leon County Schools. So if you had the bingo card, took us 80 minutes, but we got there. Jerry centering ball ends up turning into a shot that goes near post. And then Davis turns that one into a highlight reel save.
Yeah, that was a good idea there. You know, Davis was just starting to cheat and get ready for the cross and had to quickly get back. It was a good reaction.
Indeed. And this one's going to be taken
shoot
away. Jerry from distance, 43 yards out, and he's able to dunk it in. Charleston for 3. They're only going to give him credit, but Team Jerry gives the crowd something to cheer about. It's a TSC goal! Put it in. Jerry from 43 yards out, tucks under the crossbar, and Tallahassee now. Wait, can we be sure about this one, Ben? Did this goal count? Can we be sure?
We can be sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, earlier when Mobile took that shot, we said, why not go for it? Well, maybe they shouldn't have. It gave Tallahassee a great idea that they pulled off and got the 3rd goal. Yeah, and really cool there. Way to be Johnny on the spot. Or Jerry on the spot, I should say.
I was going to say, I'm glad you caught that. That was a missed opportunity there.
Yeah, way to recognize that the goalkeeper was out. Really cool to go to the fans, and really interesting. I don't know if our cameras caught it, but Davis did some push-ups after missing that one.
Yeah, I'll hear about that when they're going through some film, or the keeper room. The keeper room will give them a little extra for that. As they pop the smoke once again here in Tallahassee. Now back to the 2-goal lead, and this gives you a little more comfortability for Tallahassee, who's in large part dominated the majority of the game. But Mobile does create some chances and has been threatening in spurts. Of course, once again, they're playing with 10 men, so don't forget about that either.
Yeah, and this is, you know, this whole game has been key for them, but another physical challenge.
A little gamesmanship there. A professional foul. They'd call it if it was basketball.
That's going to be a card.
Stepped in front of that one. And, yep, it looks like it's going to be a yellow. I believe it's number 12, if I saw that correctly. 22, excuse me, 22. So Galvin's going to pick up a yellow. So we have Almondale, Galvin, Carr all working on yellows. And, of course, the 4th minute, you heard that correctly, 4th minute red card on David Malice has Mobile playing with 10 men.
And a 54th second that is, yellow card to Tallahassee. It's been testy right from the get-go.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. So long service looking for Ellisteen. Mitchell also in the area. And here comes Carr on a little offensive spurt. Trying to make it through to the top line. Here's the goal scorer, Almondale. Hunter does well to recover there as this one's in the area. The new substitute, Don. Of course, roster incomplete here for Mobile, so we only have a couple of the substitutes. A little bit of extracurricular here. Sato and Carr jostling. How about Perry making the long run? Towering switch to Ellisteen. And this slips through the youngster's legs, but a Good thought on the attack there. Oh, man, it's going to be a long walk back for Perry, who just went about 60 yards full sprint just to turn around and get back on defense. Look at the hustle. Gets it back in position, though. That is Perry. A little bit of a awkward situation, but he wins it back well. Battling against Galvin, who just picked up the yellow. Now Warren over on the far side. The big man with a little hesitation. Now he wants to turn on the Jets. Coming back to it, and they say last touch by Mobile. And so it'll be a Tallahassee throw in. 84th minute. Now dangerous positioning. They'll be about 10 yards from goal. As we have a pending substitution for Tallahassee. Couple late substitutes on the way in. See if they're holding up. Some of this for gamesmanship. I was gonna say, Coach, you can spread it out, do another substitution later if you want. But it looks like pending entrance into the match is Lucas Giacomini, wearing number 8 here tonight. He'll come in for Paul. So Paul is safe, but may be on the naughty list for accumulation as he did pick up the yellow card here tonight.
Goes to high-five the crowd over there.
That's Paul's Army right here down near side, making the trek up from McCullough.
There you go.
Inside the box, Jerry wants another one. Scoops it off of his right foot. Tried to find Sato in the middle. And clearance over the top will get to the Tallahassee back line. Hunter being threatened by the new substitute, Don. And here is Tallahassee's new man into the match, Giacomini. And Elistine now into the box. Tallahassee, the Rickards Raiders centering ball. This one's going to be chipped up. Spills out. Some quick touches here from Mobile, trying to get it out of danger. Almadel with a little bit of individual class. Now Warren will come back to deal with him. And it's a full United Kingdom assault. Wales and England national players, or nationals, sorry, circling in on Almadel. Long ball over the top. It's Don and Hunter. Nice battle there on that near side. It'll be a Mobile throw in here, minute 86, with another Tallahassee substitution pending. And they're going to go ahead and let it ride, of course, for the visitors throw in. Do not need to wait for the hometown substitute. Oh, awkward one there for Tallahassee in the box. Luckily cleared out of danger, and Elistine will give it a blast. Carr with the header from midfield. Now back into the defending half for Tallahassee. Tried to throw it to the perimeter, but it'd be off and out of play. And it'll be a Tallahassee double substitution. Number 10, Diego Sanchez in. Number 17, Brock Williams in. Off is going to be Mirai Sato. Great performance by Sato here tonight. So close to getting himself another goal the way he's been packing it in this season. More to come here for Sato. Warren, also a solid performance. The big man in the midfield. Well done here tonight. 87th minute. We're on the doorstep here of stoppage time. And there's a new substitute, Williams, with a sprawling effort over his head.
Acrobatic.
Yeah.
Acrobatic.
Last touch by Mobile. And then the other one coming back to track it is Don, and he's full of energy after coming into the match off the bench. He's been pestering the back line. Threaded out wide, Giacomini. Onto the perimeter, there's Bennett Mitchell, who's now flipped over to the right side. So once again, back and forth we go. Giacomini has a streaking Sanchez. He's got a fresh tank. Looking for him. Elistine in the area. Pressure. Giacomini will be the last one to touch this one. So to be a throw for Mobile as we get into minute 88. Now here from Gene Cox Stadium. 2-goal differential thanks to the latest one from Jerry from 43 yards out. Caught the keeper Davis napping from distance. Connor Perry now on a little offensive spell. 30 yards from goal. He's got help from Williams. Offside flag stays down. Chopped down in the box. Referee points at the spot.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. You see the Mobile players arguing, but yeah, I didn't see a lot of the ball getting taken out there. Just a lot of player.
Yep. So it'll be a penalty kick Here, Williams was the man who caused it. So I'm always interested to see, you give it to the captain, you give it to somebody in form, or you let the man take it who got taken down.
Little gamesmanship there by Davis, getting up close, nudging the ball a little bit, trying to get in his head.
Keeper, you got to do everything you can, man. It's a lot tougher on you than it is on them. 89th minute, Williams, the lefty, standing 17 yards out, 5 yards back from the ball, about width of the back post. Rip with the left, little off speed, and able to find the back of the net. It's a Tallahassee goal! Minute 89 from the spot, number 17, Brock Williams in the score sheet.
Yeah, good to see. Cool, calm, collected. You see so often players, they get a penalty and the pressure kind of gets them. Not for him. Cool as you like. Tallahassee now has a 4-1 lead, and I think they pretty much got this one wrapped up.
There you go. Absolutely. Now flirting on points, raw points with Pensacola. That fourth goal would get them top of the table. Of course, they are their top dogs here on points per match. As AFC Mobile knows, Tallahassee loves a good points per match. Jerry off the return ball here from Bennett Mitchell. Williams once more. Service to Brock. He's now 15 yards out, trying to put it back on his favorite left foot. Drops it off to Jerry. Jerry a threat, of course, from distance, but cleared 25 yards from goal. Referee plays advantage. Now Mobile in attacking position. Full field sprint. Carr now inside the 18. Don on a little bit of a glory run. Friendly fire from Mobile as they take each other out. And a frustrated blast going this way. And it looks like we have another magic word. And Williams just in the game and soon into the book. And Brock, we know you've been on the bench most of the game, but that's kind of how it's been going. Just in case you hadn't noticed. Another Tallahassee player here taking home that one. Yellow card here for the Better Lions, number 17.
For the second time today, a goal and a yellow card immediately following. Haven't seen that combo outside of celebrations.
Absolutely. Yeah, both of those, one by way of Almondel, and of course this one by Brock Williams. You had a player score a goal, and then within 2 minutes, that same player getting the yellow card, to your point, Ben.
Now Coach Joel's gotten a yellow card.
All right, JDC's in the book. Of course, I believe it was since the finale of last season up in Columbus, since old JDC, Coach Joel DeCastri, has gotten himself a card.
I was wondering if we'd see a coach carded tonight. Just the way things were going, it seemed like someone on the sideline was going to have to get in on the action.
Unofficial tally, but we here in the booth have 4 cards each way. 4 yellows for Tallahassee, 3 yellows and a red here for Mobile. So both of these squads will definitely get accumulation here later on. So we are into stoppage time. No indication yet of how long we will go. And just as we say that, the game is over.
Good timing.
There we are. All right. So we come to the final of this one. TSC winning by 3. All 3 points from every single game this season, 2025 campaign. Feels like it's off to a pretty good start, Ben.
Yeah, it's hard to get much better than 4 games and 4 wins. And if you just look at the raw numbers and you see, 4 wins, they're just cruising. No, when you watch the games, Tallahassee had to fight for this tonight. They showed really good heart out there because Mobile, going down to 10 men early on could have easily sunk another team, but they showed a lot of grit out there. Full credit to them for the performance they put in. They gave it their all.
Yeah.
But, when you're down to 10 men and against a quality opponent like your Tallahassee Battle Lions, it's going to be tough to come away with points, let alone 1 point. And sure enough, Tallahassee used their quality, used the man advantage to come away with a solid 4-1 victory.
Absolutely. That they did. Solid performance. Of course, a couple goals at the end to really put it home. Of course, for AFC Mobile, better than advertised. You watch film, you look at the metrics of what we've seen so far this season. I think they performed above that, and I think they could make things interesting out in the West, which kind of seems like, you can kind of go get some if you go on a little bit of a run. Of course, they've got the games in hand if we're bringing up the table here. So I know they only have the 1 point with the 3 games, so they're at a .33. But with GAFA and Union 10 splitting and with all these games in hand, Mobile's still 7 to go. There's still opportunity out there in I would say the Wild West, which is pretty open for me at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And their next game is against Union 10, a little local derby. Maybe that can get the blood up and they can get their first 3 points of the season.
Yeah, a little battle of the Bay out there just west of our border. But yes, this will keep Tallahassee at 3.0 points per game. Of course, they'll go 12 points. Goal differential will go plus 14. Mobile will fall to -9, still on the 1 point. So they're not going to get affected. That's how we'll enter next week. Of course, you can check the updated standings. League for Clubs usually pretty good about social media, pumping something out by sometime tonight. This was the last game of the weekend. Of course, for some of the other results in the area, for those who care, just to kind of recap those, that's what the league has been looking like. GAFA and Union 10 splitting, like we talked about, making the West interesting. So Wiegans with a little jump up. As far as the Eastern standpoint, I thought they put together a really good showing against Pensacola yesterday on the road. So that'll be interesting for them. Of course, next Tallahassee game will be Saturday here at the Gene, 7 p.m. It'll be a home game. They will be playing Valdosta. Of course, Valdosta winless. Last time Tallahassee and Valdosta win at it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ben, 6-1?
7-2 was Valdosta. 6-1 was
7-2. Sowegans, yes. I'm getting all these high-scoring affairs mixed up in my mind. Yes, 7-2. Thank you, Ben, for the correction. So, any closing comments before we rip on out of here, Ben?
Great disciplined performance by Tallahassee. We saw them. This is a game, if you just looked at the results like we said, you would expect, Tallahassee will walk through this. But Mobile came up, showed up with a lot of fight, even going down to 10. But Tallahassee never lost their cool. Good disciplined performance, and we saw them adapt. They got caught offside a couple times, adjusted their attack, and got 2 more goals as a result of it. And even going into the half up 2-0, you immediately concede the 1 goal. Didn't phase them at all. Kept going and came away with in the end, comfortable 4-1 win.
Yep, absolutely. Of course, we'll be getting a couple players back from injury and yellow card accumulation of what we've had here today. But I think, unfortunately, a couple more ships will be sunk for Tallahassee. These individual little small ships will have a couple other players facing accumulation suspensions. So we'll see.
The ride never ends.
Indeed. The ride continues, Ben. For those who care, AFC Mobile's next game, like you said, Ben, hosting Union 10, a little Battle of the Bay. That is a home match for them. After the Valdosta match, Tallahassee will play the midweek affair, baby. June 11th. It's the 850 Cup finale. The rivalry match here with Pensacola. You won't want to miss that here at the Gene. Tallahassee took it for the first time out in Pensacola. A victory, that is, on the road. They've got an opportunity to seal the deal and steal that one from Pensacola for the first time ever. Pensacola, your 4-time reigning champs of the 850 Cup. And we're getting towards 9 o'clock here Eastern time, so we now lose our radio audience. Thank you for the people tuning in on 93.3 Real Talk Radio, picking up home games here for Tallahassee the rest of the way. Andrew Dupe, Ben Grubbs, James Ward bringing you the action here tonight from Tallahassee Live. And Ben, notwithstanding further commentary from you, I think we can go ahead and put a bow on this one.
We absolutely can. Can't wait to see you all on Saturday.
And it's Saturday at the park. So just a quick reminder, want to give some love to the sponsors. Can't do it without them. Visit Tallahassee Orthopedic Clinic. Shout out to them. My knee's still doing good. Thanks, gang. Blue Coast Federal Credit Union, of course, the official live stream sponsor. Shout out to Blue Coast and all the people there. Big love to you especially, doing big things here for the Tallahassee Soccer Club here in this 2025 season, and now 2-year running sponsor of the live stream. Of course, help bringing you the action however you may be joining us here. Tally Mac Shack, Proof Brewing Company. I think you can still get in and try to slide in and drink before they close for the weekend. Here, of course, great original craft brews here. One of the pinpoints of any destination through Tallahassee. Of course, Rabana and Richie, immigration attorneys. Grova Creative, and of course, partners at I-10 Sports Media Network and Andrew Jupe help making live streams easy. You know, you got a semi-professional team, you got a high school, you got somebody you're looking to live stream for a sporting event, season-long, specific game. You scan that QR code, you get in contact with the people, and they can make it happen. Of course, official live stream partner with all 3 of the pre-professional teams here in Tallahassee, the 2 pre-professional teams for the Reckoning, as well as your Tallahassee Soccer Club, which you just saw. So if you're looking to get in on that action, QR code, contact info there, that we would take care of that for you. But that's all we have here. We're going to run a quick commercial set for our web stream audience that we still have. We've lost our radio people. But until next time, we'll go ahead, put a bow on this one. Andrew Jupe, Ben Grubbs, James Ward bringing you the action here tonight. Once again, Saturday, 7 p.m., Valdosta, Tallahassee, here from Gene Cox Stadium. Take care.
Is your auto loan interest rate burning a hole in your wallet? It's time to cool down your payments with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. For a limited time, when you refinance your auto loan with BCFCU, you'll enjoy a full 1% discount off your current interest rate. But wait, there's more. Is your vehicle out of factory warranty? Are you upside down in your loan? You can get an extra 0.20% APR discount when you add vehicle warranty and another 0.20% APR discount when you include gap insurance. That's a potential total savings of 1.40% off your current rate, all while gaining the peace of mind of warranty coverage for those unexpected repairs. Already have your car loan with BCFCU? We haven't forgotten you. For a limited time, add an extended warranty to your existing loan and receive a $200 discount off the price. And the best part? You can do this without changing your monthly payment, your loan terms, or even having to refinance. Plus, every loan done at BCFCU helps our community. We donate $5 to a local nonprofit charity each and every month for every loan we fund. Don't let high interest rates get you down. Visit mybcfcu.com today to learn more, apply, and see how you can cool off your auto loan rate with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. That's mybcfcu.com. BCFCU, federally insured by NCUA. Member must be approved under normal credit qualifications. Minimum finance charge of 2.99% APR.
Let's face it, our lives are busy. Whether we are picking up kids from soccer or sharing some family time watching a match, we don't have time to waste. That's why Blue Coast Federal Credit Union fits seamlessly into your busy life. With our convenient mobile app, online banking, and personalized service, managing your finances has never been easier. Join us today and experience a new wave of banking with BCFCU. Learn more by scanning the QR code below. BCFCU is federally insured by NCUA.
From getting back in the game to getting back to exploring all this life has to offer, our dedicated team is here for you every step of the way. With a patient-centered approach and unparalleled orthopedic and sports medicine care, Our team of 70-plus physicians and providers are here to help you live a healthy and active lifestyle. With over 225,000 patient visits a year and servicing North Florida and South Georgia, you can trust TOC for all of your orthopedic needs.
Let's face it, our lives are busy. Whether we are picking up kids from soccer or sharing some family time watching a match, we don't have time to waste. That's why Blue Coast Federal Credit Union fits seamlessly into your busy life. With our convenient mobile app, online banking, and personalized service, managing your finances has never been easier. Join us today and experience a new wave of banking with BCFCU. Learn more by scanning the QR code below. BCFCU is federally insured by NCUA.
Is your auto loan interest rate burning a hole in your wallet? It's time to cool down your payments with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. For a limited time, when you refinance your auto loan with BCFCU, you'll enjoy a full 1% discount off your current interest rate. But wait, there's more. Is your vehicle out of factory warranty? Or are you upside down in your loan? You can get an extra 0.20% APR discount when you add vehicle warranty and another 0.20% APR discount when you include gap insurance. That's a potential total savings of 1.40% off your current rate, all while gaining the peace of mind of warranty coverage for those unexpected repairs. Already have your car loan with BCFCU? We haven't forgotten you. For a limited time, add an extended warranty to your existing loan and receive a $200 discount off the price. And the best part? You can do this without changing your monthly payment, your loan terms, or even having to refinance. Plus, every loan done at BCFCU helps our community. We donate $5 to a local nonprofit charity each and every month for every loan we fund. Don't let high interest rates get you down. Visit mybcfcu.com today to learn more, apply, and see how you can cool off your auto loan rate with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. That's mybcfcu.com. BCFCU, federally insured by NCUA. Member must be approved under normal credit qualifications. A minimum finance charge of 2.99% APR.
From getting back in the game to getting back to exploring all this life has to offer, our dedicated team is here for you every step of the way. You can trust TOC for all of your orthopedic needs.
Let's face it, our lives are busy. Whether we are picking up kids from soccer or sharing some family time watching a match, we don't have time to waste. That's why Blue Coast Federal Credit Union fits seamlessly into your busy life. With our convenient mobile app, online banking, and personalized service, managing your finances has never been easier. Join us today and experience a new wave of banking with BCFCU. Learn more by scanning the QR code below. BCFCU is federally insured by NCUA.